I've been launching the second in the series of 6 papers. They're submissions by the SNP government to the government of Westminster saying after the elections and the overwhelming mandate were received, after the assent to the Scottish Parliament, we need additional powers in the Scotland Bill. Today was about borrowing. And what I'm saying here is, look, we need the borrowing powers of a normal government so as we can invest in the future of the country, so as we can get the economy moving and make things better. I'm saying give us the tools and we'll get on with the job.
You want the tools, Alex? I'll give you the tools. Okay? Here's the tools. Just go and advise the Scottish public that if they vote for sovereignty, and I'm not talking about pulling away from Westminster, I am talking about total Scottish national sovereignty. You tell them that if they vote for sovereignty, that the Scottish government will then issue a sovereign currency. And that simply means that you do not have to borrow. So you don't need those borrowing tools. You do not have to borrow if you issue a sovereign currency. But do you have the balls? Now you go away and tell the Scottish people that, see what they say, and then you won't have to borrow for all these projects that are coming up.
Current situation is we've got 2 amazing capital projects going on in Scotland over the next few years. The Forth Crossing, biggest in Scottish history, 1.5, 1.6 billion pounds, and the Southern General Hospital in Glasgow, 800 million pounds, the biggest investment in the history of the Scottish National Health Service. Now that's great, fine, we're going to do that, but we're facing a huge cut in our capital budget from Westminster of about 4 billion pounds over the next few years.
So you're facing these cuts over the next few years, are you? Well, repeat, same again. Okay? You go and you tell the Scottish people that if they vote for sovereignty, then you will issue a sovereign national currency. Therefore, you don't have any cuts from Westminster, okay? And you don't have any cuts from anywhere. You don't even have borrowing necessarily because you issue a sovereign currency. Tell the Scottish people what that is.
Now, the problem is, with the big projects, we're crowding out some of the other projects we wanted to do. Some of the road projects, the school projects, the hospital projects, we want to do these as well. Now, the sensible thing to do, particularly with the economy bumping along the bottom, slightly recovering from recession, but a lot of question marks, is to get these projects done right now. Do them now while construction costs are low, while very competitive business, get folk back to work, get the economy moving, and build things for the future of Scotland.
No, Alex, it's not the most sensible way of going about it. Here is the most sensible way of going about it. Now, you tell the Scottish public this. So go ahead, Alex, because you really care about Scotland, don't you? And you really care about the Scottish people. So explain to the Scottish people how Guernsey issued a debt-free, interest-free currency, rebuilt Guernsey, rebuilt the country, and how we in Scotland could have full employment, none of our old folk dying, no people finding it hard to make ends meet, no people getting pissed every week because they are so unhappy with their lives because they can't make ends meet. So you care for Scotland, you care for the Scottish people, tell them what they don't know, mate.
Brought forward this week the Crown Estate Commission, now the borrowing paper. We're going to have another 2 before the end of session. The taxation papers will be subject to consultation because they're taxation proposals to control excise, to control corporation tax. So we'll put these out to consultation over the summer and then publish the final papers in the autumn.
So Alex, look the Scottish people square in the eye and explain the following video from Ben Bernanke. Explain it to them, Alex.
Back them up.
Well, although I would say we had a currency for many parts of our history without any federal debt.
When was that?
Under the Jackson administration.
So this was before the Civil War. This was
Right.
this was during the period of where individual banks issued currency. We didn't have a national currency.
I just might say that it's possible for a country to have a currency without a trillion-dollar debt.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah.